The $6 million man won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about
The Shawshank Redemption. Oh, no Rita Hayworth in this movie.
No Rita Hayworth. There actually is Rita Hayworth.
There is Rita Hayworth.
The poster. Oh, my God, man. This is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. I really like, strangely enough, prison movies.
Yeah, prison movies are good.
You know, Escape from Alcatraz, Brubaker.
Bad Boys.
The Animal was that?
The Ernest Goes to Prison.
Ernest Goes to Prison. Whatever that prison movie is with Rob Schneider, where he's like a martial arts expert. And
yeah, great. Perfect example of a prison movie.
That might be the best one. The Rob Schneider one might outdo Shawshank. But Shawshank Redemption is not only the best prison movie, in my opinion, because it even though it's very stylized and it's of the past, it seems real.
Yeah.
These guys, every prisoner seems real. They all have that weird old 40s face. They all look like they've been hit by a truck or, been eating gravel and cigarettes and whiskey their entire lives. And the guards, the prison, everything about it creates a world that is so real. Add to it an amazing story by Stephen King.
Yeah.
And an amazing adaptation and script by Frank Darabont. And then the cast, man.
Yeah.
The cast is perfect. Like, all the guys that are his friends are perfect. They look like prisoners. They sound like prisoners. The thing about prison movies that makes them miss the mark a lot, like An Innocent Man with Tom Selleck. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they get very heady, and they get very, like, rapey, and they get very... They take all of the stereotypical horrors of prison. I'm not saying that they don't happen, but they take all the stereotypical horrors of prison. Oz did this, and ratchet it up to 1,000. And make this horrific place. Now, Shawshank does that too, but it doesn't just focus on the rapes, and there's a place for that. We see it. It happens, and it happens in a way that's one of the greatest lines is, I wish I could say that Andy fought those men off that day. But he didn't, and he was continuously brutalized for a long period of time, and you can see the actual consequences of that in Tim Robbins' performance.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I'm saying is everything just this is a perfect movie. Watching this again yesterday, and it's been a minute since I've seen it because I overwatched it when I was younger.
Sure.
But man, this is a perfect movie.
Yeah, I think the thing that this movie does for prison that most of the movies don't is that it focuses on the mendacity of, because the biggest thing in prison is that you're just there forever.
It's just mundane.
And it's just the same crap every day.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes somebody's going to try to rape you, sure. But like at the end of the day, that's a small part of working in the laundry and walking around the yard and just having 24 hours a day to kill because you literally have nothing to do.
Well, and also every minute of your day, you're told what to do.
Yeah.
Another great example of how poignant this movie is when Red gets out and he's working at the, Piggly Wiggly bagging groceries, and he's like, "Can I go to the bathroom, boss?" And the guy's like, "Dude, you don't have to ask me to go to the bathroom." And he's like, "After 30 years of being told when to piss, I can't, I can't drop a drop without being given permission." But that's the thing. That is the demoralization of prison, man.
Yeah.
Is it completely takes away your individuality. And look, a lot of guys deserve to be in prison.
Of course.
But I've always been more of the Scandinavian version of prison.
Yeah.
Which is reform, and you're not just there to... The whole idea is that we have to make prison as horrible and nightmarish as possible.
Yeah.
To me, is disgusting. It makes you no better than the criminal. If your punishment is to do the same thing to this person that they did to somebody else, then you're no better than that person.
Right,
That's why I don't agree with the death penalty. I don't agree with murder regardless. And I believe it's whatever. But that's the thing, man. I don't believe in that. And I think that the reforms that Andy was trying to do, and especially like in the 50s and his tenacity to make his whole raison d'etre, or however you say it, raison d'etre, was to give these people just a taste of humanity, man.
Yeah, when he remind them that they're still people,
that they're human. Yeah. Give them a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us have a beer after we do all this work to feel like human beings.
Get your high school diploma.
Get your high school diploma.
Every other person out there, because he was always thinking about getting out.
Yes, he had hope.
It's not like you're stuck in here forever.
Yeah.
This was something, this movie I'd never seen before with Brooks and eventually with Red. But like, what do you do if you've been in prison for 40 years and you get out? Like, the world is different.
Especially for Brooks, who went in 1905.
Yeah.
And when he's out, he's like, I saw a car once when I was a boy. And now it's like, holy shit.
They're everywhere. They're ginormous and they go real fast.
And god damn, James Whitmore, such an amazing actor. That guy isn't in the book.
No.
He's an amalgam of some other characters. But that character is kind of the center, man, because he is the example of institutionalization, right? When he is out there trying to cross the road, when he's out in the real world, it is so sad. That is such a heartbreaking performance by him. An Academy Award, as much as I hate him, should have been nominated, man. Yeah. His introduction, you're going to eat that?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, he's going to eat a worm.
Are you going to eat a maggot?
Oh, it's ripe and juicy. And then, here you go, Jake.
Yeah,
and it just shows that he's just this kind-hearted guy. And there are certain guys in this movie, and probably in real life, I don't know, man. I've never been to prison. I've been to jail a couple of times in other countries, but never in America.
Yeah. Obviously, this is between 1949, 47 or whatever, and 1966 or whatever.
It's like 20 years.
Yeah, 20-ish years. But during the period of like the 40s to the 60s. I have a friend now who is in prison. He's going to be in prison for the next probably 8 years.
Oh, wow.
He's been in prison for like 6 years. And to be honest, not really sure what he did. Don't know if he was guilty or not. But I met him through somebody else, and it's like he's a really nice guy.
Uh-huh.
Modern prison it's so funny because this seems quaint compared to what it is now, because now it's just all about sucking as much money out of all of the prisoners as they can. It literally costs money for someone to email you.
Yeah. It's insanity.
To pay for postage.
Well, this is what happens when you privatize prisons. Yeah. There's certain things that shouldn't be privatized. Prisons, hospitals.
The fact that he was able to dig his way out, that Andy Dufresne was able to dig his way out, that would never happen now because they move you like every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
You get moved. You're not in the same place for more than like 5-6 months.
I did spend some time at a minimum security women's prison.
Oh, yeah.
I did a documentary about women in prison.
You were undercover?
I was. Yes. Wait a minute. No, I was working on a documentary about women in prison who fight fires. They would they'd cut the fire. They'd chopper them in, cut the fire lines.
Okay.
And so I spent about 2 weeks at this prison, and it was fascinating, man, because you're getting to know these people.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I murdered my husband. And it's like, holy shit. And it's just, they're just people that make mistakes.
One act does not define you.
No,
but this is why when we first started watching this, I argued with Jim that I was like, I'm positive that Andy Dufresne killed his wife. He killed his wife, and the first like 2/3 of the movie, it's possible.
Sure,
then it becomes kind of apparent that he didn't.
Yes,
but like. He wasn't going, even if he did, he wasn't going to let that one act define who he was as a person.
Right. The main reason why I disagree with that is because the whole point is that he's innocent. The whole point is
it's much more heartbreaking and stuff. But I think it's interesting that if he were guilty and he's just like, well, I've done my time. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I get that too. But I think the fact that, they make the joke like we're all innocent in here. And to be the one real innocent man.
Yeah.
And he drops that act
Yeah,
that's why.
Well, and then when they finally are having that, when it's like he has the chance of getting out, and he realizes now that he's just a tool for the warden, and he's sitting there in that whole scene where they're against the wall, and him and Red are talking, and he's being very honest, and obviously he did not kill his wife.
Yes,
it's very obvious.
I was just waiting for you to be like, no, he still did it. I still believe he did it.
But this is what I love about this movie, and this is why this movie is so perfect, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Like and Darabont shot a whole thing at the beginning where it's really obvious he didn't do it,
right?
But he left it ambiguous because you don't know this person.
It's more interesting to not know, because you're right. Red did it. Red murdered somebody.
Fully admitted it. Only guilty man in Shawshank.
Yeah, and he murdered somebody.
And he did, and he knows it was a mistake.
Yes.
And it was dumb, but he was a kid.
Exactly.
And he paid for it for 40 years.
Yes, 40 years. And it's... I love friendship.
Yeah.
I love friendship.
Yeah.
I want to see my friend.
Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne. I was like, how many times did he say that name?
Andy Dufresne.
I would like to say that Andy Dufresne. Every time I hear the word Andy.
I know. I can't help it.
Are you Andy Dufresne? No, she totally threw me off. Well, here's the thing. All the other guys did it, and I love I love friendship, right?
Friendship,
and the friendship between the core group of people, is so amazing, because I don't think I've ever seen a prison movie with this kind of relationship. Right?
Yeah, this believable.
Yeah,
where I really believe that they all like each other.
Well, it's also, you have to find a crew.
Yeah,
you know, and it's always like, got to join the Aryans, you got to join. Yeah, but I guess back then, it wasn't as gangy.
Well, it was,
in terms of fantasy films.
Nobody was going to be a Nazi in 1947.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I mean, sure, but no.
But you're in there for all this time. You have to have friends, right? You have to have
a support system.
And these guys really cared about each other. Especially, and this movie is so brilliant in the way that it's told, because if you don't know the story, if you don't know what's going to happen, you really think Andy's going to kill himself, because there's no indication that he's trying to escape.
No,
that is the beauty of this.
The brilliant part on Frank Darabont is that he gave no hint that he was getting out.
So beautiful, because every other movie, especially a prison escape movie, it is the escape that is the bulk of it. We have 2 or 3 montages of them hauling dirt out, or and then they got to cover it up because the screws are coming.
It's the escape from Alcatraz thing. It's like, that's the whole point, is that we got to figure out how they got out,
right?
And watch them do it. And in this one, that's not the point.
The point is not the escape.
Yeah.
The point is the hope. The point is trying to pull in a little bit of humanity into an inhumane situation.
Yeah.
My God, dude. Bob Gunton and Clancy Brown as the bad guys.
Oh my God. Some of the most despicable villains I've ever seen on screen.
What makes it so much better is the tiny bit of humanity.
Yes, this is what's brilliant with Frank Darabont, is that everything is gray.
Yes.
And this is why it's brilliant that we don't know if Andy killed his wife or not for the first 2 acts.
Right.
Because it's gray. Yeah. It's like, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Mm-hmm. Maybe the warden is an asshole, but maybe for personal reasons. Like, there's things going on, I mean, the little bit we know about him personal life is that at the end, when he's just like, I just want to go home, I mean, that's pretty much it. Otherwise he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
But with Clancy Brown and the meanest screw in all of Shawshank, like, he can see when it's like, okay, I might not look at you as a person, but you're a useful person or non-person.
The scene where he's about to throw Andy off the roof, and he is literally going to kill him. He
doesn't give a shit.
No.
He's just like...
We saw him kill the dude and the chubby guy.
It's not going to be the first or last person he would have killed.
I want my mom. That's so sad. But he's about to throw him off, and then click, 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 click. It clicks. And then Andy is so smart. He doesn't ask for anything for himself.
No.
He asks for beers for his pals because he doesn't even drink.
Yeah. Well, he stopped drinking because it got him in prison.
But that scene, I mean, and that is when the friendship is cemented, is when Sadler comes up to him and says, "Hey, Andy, you want a cold one?"
Yeah. And he's like,
"No, you enjoy it." And then it's just, and then they realize, holy shit, he did this just for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Not for him.
I mean, that's talk about building bond.
And they're like, this dude is a unicorn.
Yeah.
Maybe he is innocent. And the performance by Tim Robbins, I don't think anybody else could have done this role, honestly.
No. There's quite a few people they tried to get to do the role, but I agree.
But because he has this air of not sophistication, but this air of integrity or dignity to him.
Kind of a quiet determination.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to throw it in your face.
No.
That he's like, this is what's right. I'm just going to do it.
But the line where he's like, and he was walking around like he didn't have a care in the world. And it's the fact that he is floating through this prison as something else.
Yeah.
Because he is something else. Yeah. He is an innocent man.
Yeah.
And he, through the rape, through the abuse, through solitary, through everything, never gave up hope. And there's moments of doubt, and there's moments where we think, oh, he's going to kill himself. But then you're like, oh, no, he's just talking about escaping. Yeah, that last conversation with he and Red, everybody's like, oh, you gave him rope?
Yeah, I know. He's like, well, what was I supposed to do?
What was I supposed to do?
Exactly. It's not. He just asked for it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
But you rewind that and you watch it after the escape, it has a completely different meaning.
Yeah.
It is so goddamn brilliant, this movie.
Yeah, I again, this is the first movie that made me think that perfect movies exist.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because filmmaking is a huge collaboration between lots and lots of people.
Oh yeah, hundreds.
And as you will hear shortly, everything in this movie made this be the perfect movie it is.
Yeah.
Like if the cinematographer and Frank Darabont hadn't fought, it wouldn't be this movie.
Right.
If they hadn't shot it in chronological order, it wouldn't be this movie.
Yeah.
Like there was every single decision made this be the perfect movie it is.
And it started with somebody who loves the source material and who had been wanting to make this story since it came out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'll just tell this really quickly. I remember, this is how I read Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption. My buddy and I drove to Texas to move his mom back to California. So we drove to Texas in this beat-up old shitty pickup truck with a cab on the back. And we were in the back.
Oh, God.
Slipping and sliding around.
Yeah.
While his dad, who was like 1,000 years old, horrible driver. Like when we were up in the cab with him, he'd be like, look over here. And we'd have to grab the wheel.
Nope.
No, don't crash into the mountain.
Look with your eyes, not your hands.
But we sat in the back of that truck for hours and hours and hours reading the Four Seasons to each other.
Nice.
And I remember when we got to Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption, we were just riveted, dude.
Oh, yeah.
All the stories in that book are amazing.
Yeah.
But that one in particular, because it was like unlike any other prison thing I had read or seen.
Right.
And it is such a different... And plus, these stories were so different than anything Stephen King had written before, at least, in my eyes.
Yeah.
He was a young man.
I know, it definitely was. I mean, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, it definitely was not normal Stephen King stuff.
But I loved this book. I loved all the stories. And there's a reason why almost all, 3 out of the 4 have been adapted. And
too well.
Yeah. And one... Not horrible.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's just a tough story, dude.
I know. And I'm not a big fan of the director anymore. So.
No, well, nobody. I mean, unless you like...
Nobody should be. Yeah.
Like PDFs. But anyway, well, let's get into it.
It's funny that you say that about the... Because I also have... riding in the back of the truck reading Stephen King on a road trip.
Really?
Going up to the Badlands in South Dakota. My parents put like a half bed like in the back. My brother and I rode from Des Moines all the way up to the Badlands, and I don't remember what it was, but it was some Stephen King book.
Yeah.
It might have been the Bachman books or The Stand. I think it was one of those two.
Hey, man.
But...
It's Stephen King, the perfect books to read in the back of a pickup truck. At least you got a bed. We had nothing. We had those ridges, man.
No. Yeah, they were at least nice enough to put like plywood down and then a cushion.
We had like a couple of pillows and sleeping bags, and we tried to sit on the pillows because our asses were killing each other.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
God. And then one stepdad show, I will tell the story of Lubbock, Texas, where I almost lost an eye.
Oh God.
Lubbock, Texas. is the worst place on the planet that I've ever been. And I've been to communist Russia, and I was in Guatemala when it was taken over by guerrillas.
And you've also been to Barstow.
And I've been to Tijuana, and I've been to Barstow.
Barstow is my least favorite place on the planet.
Well, go to Lubbock.
Yeah.
Go to Lubbock,
no,
Texas.
I don't want to.
Circa 1983, 82.
All right,
that's enough. Let's get into it. I'll talk about this all day.
Take yourself back to 1994.
Ooh, 90s.
90s, yeah. September 14th, the 1994 World Series in baseball is officially canceled due to the ongoing work stoppage. It is the first time a World Series will not be played since 1904.
Oh, I was so excited because they weren't going to preempt The Simpsons.
How pissed would you be if you were Brooks Hatlin and the World Series right before you went to prison didn't happen? Yeah. It's like, God damn it, I just want to see one last game.
Just wanted one last baseball game. Wow, that's crazy. I totally forgot that they did that. Has it ever happened since?
No. There's been work stoppages, but the World Series, I believe, has always happened.
So this was a strike of
the player, the union, baseball union.
So it was the players?
The players.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
Yeah. It's always, whenever there's any kind of sports stoppage, it's because the players union is like...
Well, they're not going to stop it because the peanut sellers union isn't... Well, we don't have peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
Well.
Nobody will ever come back.
September 16th, Danish tour guide Louise Jensen is abducted, raped, and murdered by 3 drunk British soldiers in Cyprus.
I remember this story. This is so effed up.
They hit the motorcycle that Louise and her boyfriend were on with their car and then proceeded to almost beat the boyfriend to death before kidnapping Louise, raping her, and beating her to death with a spade. In court, their defense was...
We wanted a woman.
Despite being sentenced to life imprisonment, it would be reduced to 25 years on appeal due to the court finding them too drunk to have planned it, and they would only spend 12 years in prison before being released and sent back to England.
What the hell is wrong with you, Cyprus?
Nobody knows where any of them are anymore.
Well, they should all be dead.
That's so effed up.
I'm like, 12 years.
So effed up.
For raping and beating a woman to death, and your excuse is, oh, we wanted women. And so you hit... Yeah, they should have been.
For the British soldiers, they are no longer allowed to fraternize with like townies essentially anymore. Civilians and outside of England. Yeah, they have to stay on base, and it was because of this.
Well, unfortunately, there's bad apples in every group. I know we respect our troops, but there has always been an ongoing problem of people getting raped and murdered. And
not like they're weeding those people out when they hire them to come work in the army.
It's Vietnam. They did all sorts of horrible shit.
Oh God,
Iraq. They did all sorts of horrible shit. I mean, it's nothing is a monolith. There's always going to be.
No. There's always going to be people that they're going to take advantage of the fact that it's chaos.
But here's the thing: don't cover that shit up.
Yeah.
Don't sugarcoat that shit. Make an example of those people and make it last. I mean, I don't give a shit if you're embarrassed Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Yeah.
These are freaking criminals. Put them in jail.
Agreed.
Step up, people.
September 19th, U.S. troops stage a bloodless invasion of Haiti to restore the legitimately elected leader Jean-Bertrand Aristide to power. Former President Jimmy Carter convinced the illegitimate government to give up power 2 days before the U.S. military arrived.
People forget that Jimmy Carter was such an amazing statesman after he got out.
Yeah.
After he was
done with his presidency.
When he was released from Jimmy Carter.
Got out of Shawshank.
I wished I could say that Jimmy fought those men up.
This is really incredible because we were planning on doing literally an invasion.
Yeah.
And fighting their army. And then Jimmy Carter and a couple other people went down and said, no, let me talk to them. And managed to do it just before they came in.
Well, Jimmy Carter had that whatever for peace. I forget the organization that he had. The Jimmy Carter something for peace.
Yeah.
And he negotiated tons of shit, man. Yeah. I mean, the guy, Jimmy Carter was one of the best presidents we had in terms of a human being. Probably the best president we had. He is the absolute best representation of a Christian I've ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. He was an amazing human being. There's not another human being I can think of that walked the walk and talked the talk. Yeah. The MFer was building homes for the homeless after having brain cancer at 90-something years old.
He was in his 90s, yeah.
The only thing that stopped him was illness. The guy would have gone on forever.
He couldn't swing a hammer anymore. That was literally the only reason.
One of the greatest human beings ever. Not the last, but one of the few presidents of my lifetime that you really should base that I would tell my kids, be like this person.
Right.
He and Barack and Biden, that's about it.
Yeah. September 23rd, The Shawshank Redemption is released in theaters.
Andy Dufresne.
Unfortunately, mostly to crickets. But,
I know.
We'll talk about that at the end.
This is one of the things about this show that fascinates me. Some of my favorite movies of all time and the greatest cult hits of all time are flops. Wasn't The Thing? Didn't that kind of flop?
Yeah, it didn't do terribly well. No.
Stupid.
People didn't know what to do with it. It was.
That's the thing, man. When you have an innovative, amazing movie, and also with prison movies, people weren't really into prison movies at this point.
No.
Because they were all the same stupid movie. It was all either an innocent guy goes to prison and has to get himself out.
Well, and they're all bad action escape movies.
Yeah.
They were just bad.
Yes.
Mostly B movies and bad.
Yeah, it was shock. It was exploitation. I watched a lot of women's prison movies when I was a child. Shower scenes.
No one was looking for a prestige prison movie.
No one. We did have that with Brubaker. We did have a few of them.
But that was 20 years prior.
Exactly.
I mean, that wasn't. I mean, even Bad Boys to a certain extent, but even that was like 80 or 81.
Right.
I mean, like the 80s just ruined prison movies.
Well, we made some good ones.
So Stephen King wrote Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption in the early 80s, but it wasn't like his other horror work. Fearing that no one would want to read it, he never had it published until 1982, when it was collected with 3 other unreleased novellas that also didn't fit into his normal collection of books.
Yeah.
That book was Different Seasons, which also contained The Body, which was adapted into Stand By Me in 1986, Apt Pupil, which was adapted into a movie in 1998, and The Breathing Method, which has never been adapted.
I always forget what that one is about. There's a strange club in New York where men tell each other stories. The years pass, but no one looks any older. One night, a doctor tells the story of a woman who gives birth to a baby in the most horrible way. Oh. Didn't she get decapitated?
Something? Yeah, I think the mother was decapitated.
Yeah.
She kept pushing. That's right.
Yeah.
She still gave birth even though she was dead.
Yes,
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was pretty effed up.
I mean, so was Apt Pupil.
Oh, Apt Pupil, man.
And they made that a new movie.
Well, look. Nazis, baby. Not funny, but the gross thing is like so many people these days would get the wrong message from Apt Pupil.
Yeah, they would.
You know?
Yeah. Frank Darabont started his relationship with Stephen King early, being an early adopter of King's Dollar Babies program, where he sells the rights to short stories to up-and-coming filmmakers for $1 to make short films. Darabont wanted to make movies after seeing THX 1138 or 1138. I don't know, however you want to say it.
Usually 1138.
113.8.
The better 1,138.
There you go. But he never attended college. He gained his knowledge about film by working at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood, seeing a ton of old movies for free.
Okay.
I love the Egyptian. I haven't been there in a long time.
Same. In
fact, the last thing I saw there was... it was...
Prince of Egypt?
No, it was Dario Argento movie.
Suspiria?
No, it was the other one. There was another one. Tenebrae. And then the guys that did the music for it did a show, played it, the band. I don't remember the name of the band. It was like Ogre or Troll or something.
Must have been old.
But they did. Oh, they were. But it was a good show. It was a good movie and a good show. Anyway, I love the Egyptian. Darabont was only the third person to participate in the Dollar Babies program, with the first 3 being from Stephen King's first short story collection, Night Shift. It was The Boogeyman in 1982, which was later adapted into a feature in 2023.
Yeah, man, I kept seeing The Boogeyman on Hulu or something, but they're not using King to promote it, which is stupid.
It was super weird. It makes me wonder if he saw it and thought it was bad.
Well, it makes me wonder that they did a bad. If they're not using Stephen King, then it must be inspired by not a good adaptation.
You can find The Boogeyman, the 1982 one, on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. The second Dollar Baby was Disciples of the Crow in 1983, which was later adapted into Children of the Corn in 1984.
Nice.
Which spawned 6 sequels, a remake, a reboot that had a sequel, and a second reboot film. because God knows we need more Children of the Corn.
There's some franchises. It's that and like the Sniper franchise.
Yeah.
There's an old what's that guy's name from Tom Berenger.
Tom Berenger.
So Tom Berenger in the 90s, I think, made this film called Sniper, and they're still releasing sequels of it. Not with him.
I think it was, because then they did there was a soft reboot of it or something, and
but Netflix has 18 different Sniper movies.
Yeah. It's like those Fallen movies, like with what's this Greenland guy, the guy from 300.
Oh yes, Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. Those Fallen movies. There's 8 of them, and it's what? How many more Fallen can you get?
Poor Gerard Butler. I can't watch him in movies anymore because he looks so much like a dude that screwed me over so bad.
Oh yeah,
and owes me a shit ton of money. That every time I see poor Gerard Butler, I'm just like, I can't.
Disciples of the Crow would actually win a Gold Hugo Award at the Chicago Film Festival, and if you do want to see it, it's also available on YouTube.
I'd like to check that out.
Disciples of the Crow was very much just inspired by the story.
Sure.
It was not. I don't think it was very good. Darabont adapted The Woman in the Room, also from Night Shift in 1983.
You remember what that was about?
It is about a guy whose mother is dying, and I think she becomes possessed.
Oh, okay.
But it's all set in a hospital room. Ironically, I think that King has just kind of went crazy with the dollar babies, because if you look it up, there's a ton of adaptations of The Woman in the Room.
Oh, really?
All short, all dollar baby stuff, and I'm just like, all right.
I wanted to do that so badly. I just couldn't figure out a short that I could make.
Right.
Well,
that's what I think The Woman in the Room was easy, because it's literally one location and it's just 2 actors, and that's it. Ironically, Darabont was part of the reason that the Dollar Babies program existed at all, as he wrote to King in 1980 asking if he could film The Woman in the Room, and King thought it was a good idea to help out young filmmakers.
Such a great dude.
But of course, Frank Darabont would sit on it for 3 years before it was released, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
He plays the long game, the very long game, as we'll find out with Shawshank.
Smart dude.
Darabont ended up not being terribly happy with how the short turned out, but it was shortlisted for an Academy Award in 1983.
Crazy.
Didn't actually make any nominations, but it was shortlisted. It also led to Darabont getting a handshake deal from King to adapt Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption into a film.
Nice.
Back when Stephen King just didn't care. He didn't need the money. Darabont began assisting on productions and writing scripts, writing a remake of The Blob with Chuck Russell, a producer he'd PA'd for a couple of times.
I know Chuck. We used to work with him a lot at ILM.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a pretty nice guy.
While shopping around the script, they were hired to do a rewrite of A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Yeah, people love that movie. People love the Dream Warriors. Isn't that the one with Patricia Arquette?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where they go on the offensive.
Yeah, I just remember the chubby black guy that's like, come out, I'm going to get you.
Yes. They had 2 weeks to rewrite the script, but produced a new script in 10 days.
Nice.
Darabont also took a $5,000 check to King for the rights to Shawshank, which King never cashed.
Because throw it on the pile.
Yeah.
But
in fact, he actually framed it and sent it back to Darabont with the note,
in case you ever need bail money, love, Steve.
Yeah. He didn't need it. I mean, he obviously didn't need the money.
God, I would love to have dinner with Stephen King, but I think it would be so weird.
It would be super weird.
But I think weird in the most awesome, lovable way.
Yeah.
Because here's your old Uncle Steve here, and he's just got this way about him that is really funny, really creepy and interesting, but nerd in the most fun way.
Again, I'd mentioned this last week, or maybe for the first one, for The Shining.
Yeah.
But they interviewed Stephen King on the last podcast, and the 3 guys on there, Marcus was so reverent and just wanted to ask writing questions. Ed was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm talking to somebody. And then Henry fanboyed out so hard, I literally had to stop listening.
Oh, no.
Like, he was just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And it was like, dude, calm down.
I get it, though. It would be... I mean, I think we would do a good job interviewing him.
I think we would be fine. But
Steve, if you're listening.
But yeah. But it was just, I got to a point where I was like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed for you. Like, stop.
I get it, though. He, to a certain age group and to a certain type of person, he is, I'm not going to say God, but he is such a staple of my childhood.
Yeah, same.
And my adulthood.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one dude that I will always read, no matter what. if I have to do it by Braille, I will always read his books. I've read every single one, and I've enjoyed 99% of them.
There's only one of his books that I was not a fan of.
For me, it was Insomnia.
Me too.
I think it's...
That movie put me to sleep. That book put me to sleep.
I want to reread it because, it definitely was a cure for insomnia.
I literally could not finish it. I was so effing bored by it.
What's so funny is that the whole book boils down to like a paragraph that is a huge thing within the Dark Tower series, dealing with the Crimson King. And so I just remember reading that part and being like, holy shit. And then the rest of the book, like, okay.
Who cares?
But I want to reread it, give it another chance.
So the success of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors allowed Chuck Russell and Frank Darabont to produce The Blob and got Frank Darabont a job writing The Fly 2.
Good Lord. Remember The Blob?
Yeah. The remake?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, doesn't it star Kevin Dillon, right?
Kevin Dillon, yeah.
Didn't it star Kevin Dillon?
Kevin Dillon, Shawnee Smith, Jeffrey DeMunn.
Actually. Yeah. Shawnee Smith, that's probably where Jeffrey DeMunn and Darabont become pals.
Between The Blob and his work on Tales from the Crypt, which we'll talk about shortly, he met like 8 actors that he works with all the time.
It's so true. The Blob, man, the original Blob is awful, but it's Steve McQueen. And
the original Blob is bad, but it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Super fun.
I really like the remake. I thought it was done really well. It was fun to watch.
You were the perfect age for it, though.
I was like 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good... The Blob was more convincing.
Yes.
Come on, let's get the Blob. Come on, get the Blob.
I keep punching it. Nothing's happening.
Push the Blob. It's making my hands sting. I think that was his big... Kevin Dillon.
That was a very good Kevin Dillon.
Thanks, man. I just had to, drop 800,000 brain cells, and then...
Okay, you can pull yourself back out of it now. Okay,
I can't.
Darabont's first directing gig was a TV movie for the USA Network in 1990 called Buried Alive, starring Tim Matheson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, William Atherton, and Hoyt Axton.
I actually remember this movie.
Oh, yeah?
I do. I watched this movie. I think I enjoyed it, if I remember correctly. I was a huge Hoyt Axton fan.
Great.
I was, strangely enough.
This led to a steady gig on the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and writing 2 episodes of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I mean, he wrote a couple episodes of Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, so,
I like that show.
He's getting the work where he can. Look, man, for a guy who didn't go to college, he's doing quite well.
Well, this just goes to show you that you don't need to go to college for this type of job.
No, you don't. In 1992, Darabont finally sat down and wrote the adaptation of Shawshank. King wasn't sure how he could do it, but Darabont thought it was obvious.
Okay.
I mean, because the story is all from Red's point of view, and it's him reminiscing, essentially, about Andy.
Yes.
My friend, Andy Dufresne.
I would like to say my friend, Andy Dufresne.
It took Darabont 8 weeks, and he expanded on a lot of the more minor characters in the novella and amalgamated several characters into one character, such as the Warden.
Yeah.
Because the book, actually, there's like 5 wardens in it. I mean, it's quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, look, the book... The span of time, I think it's a little more time, too, in the book, isn't it?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
But, it does make sense that there would be more than one warden over 20 years.
It is really funny, because Brooks talks about how I've been through 5 wardens since I've been here, and it's like, so you had 4 for the first, 40 years, and then this guy just for 20 years?
Well, it makes sense, because it's his gravy train.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It does make sense. Everything. That's why this movie works so perfectly. Is it's really hard to dig out plot holes and stuff.
Right. Exactly. Around this time, prison movies weren't considered to be good sells, but producer Liz Glotzer at Castle Rock Entertainment read the script and thought it fit in well with her company. In fact, she loved it so much she threatened to quit if they didn't make the movie.
It's a bold move, baby.
Yeah.
Bold move. I love it, though.
She got an executive producer credit out of it.
Well, she deserves it, man.
She's actually kind of the weird, invisible hand guiding this movie.
She's the hero because this movie wouldn't have been made without her.
Yeah. Rob Reiner read the script and really liked it, having adapted 2 of King's works prior, them being The Body and
Misery. Listen to our Misery episode.
Yeah, and listen to our Stand By Me episode. Yeah. He actually offered Frank Darabont between $2.4 million and $3 million if he would be able to direct it himself. He just wanted to direct it. He's like, this is going to be a great movie.
Hey, he has had such good...
Yeah.
He's had such a good track record with King, of course, man. I mean, and this is Prestige King.
Yeah. This is good. Not good King, but this is the Oscar-winning King.
Well, this is the accessible King, where people aren't just going to poo-poo him as some horror schlock.
Yeah,
This is good. And look, man, if I were Rob Reiner, after the other two movies were so great, King is his good luck charm.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's true.
In this story, it's juicy. And the script was amazing. I mean, I was listening to Charlie Rose interview Darabont. Interviewing Darabont and Robbins and Freeman. Mm-hmm. And Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins both said that this is the best script that they've ever read in their life.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
and you get presented with that. Of course, Rob Reiner's like, it's all right here.
Yeah, I'm going to make this movie. I will give you whatever
Academy
you
Award.
want. Yeah. Reiner actually wanted to cast Tom Cruise as Andy and Harrison Ford as Red.
Harrison Ford, great. Tom Cruise, awful.
Yeah, it would have been a bad choice.
Doesn't have the depth that is needed or the gravitas.
Yeah.
Everything that Tim Robbins did is masterful. And look, Tom Cruise, people know I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Cruise. I feel that he is 100% process. Like, there is no humanity to his performances. It just looks like an alien to me, aping what a human is and doing a pretty good job.
You mean a lizard person?
Yes. But he, watch the Vietnam movie with him playing
Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah. The guy just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it.
Rob Reiner really wanted to work with Tom Cruise because he would eventually work with him in A Few Good Men. And
I want the truth.
He pulled a decent performance out of him.
I'm not saying he can't act like a human being.
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah, I know.
It's just there's nothing there, like, to me.
Well, he's thinking about Xenu all the time.
Oh my God, he's just an empty vessel of garbage.
In addition to the money, Castle Rock offered to fund any movie that Darabont wanted to make if they let Reiner direct.
That's a pretty crazy deal.
Upwards of $3 million, and you make whatever you want? Yeah. I mean, God, that's hard to turn down.
Really hard. This is why Darabont fascinates me, because he is so 2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And he's thinking about what's best for the long term rather than the short term. It's
right.
Because any other young filmmaker would have been like, sure. Give me the keys.
I get credit for this movie because I wrote the script, plus I get to make another movie, and I'm getting a shit ton of money. All right.
Bing, bang, boom.
Count me in.
Yes.
Darabont liked the vision that Reiner had for the movie, but knew it was an opportunity he couldn't pass up.
You can continue to fulfill your dreams in exchange for money and, die without ever having done the thing you set out to do.
Yeah. I mean, he wanted to make movies, and he knew the script was good.
Yeah.
And he knew that he had money for this.
Well, this is the perfect debut feature for him, because he knows that it's the most solid script. He knows he's going to get a great cast for it. He knows it's great because Rob Reiner's drooling over it.
Right.
So why not do it for yourself? But man, the willpower, or whatever you want to call it, to be able to weather the
gumption,
because they were just relentless. Like, okay.
Well, this is the thing. So despite knowing that Castle Rock could have just contractually fired him at any point, and Reiner would end up directing anyway, he stuck to his guns and a very significant pay cut, and directed the movie. Reiner ended up being Darabont's mentor on the movie.
And kudos to Reiner for not doing that.
Yeah.
For not being a Hollywood a-hole.
He obviously saw something in Darabont and said, okay, like, this is going to be your opus.
He recognized passion for passion and was like, I'm not going to screw you over.
I'm not going to step on your toes. I'm not going to take this away from you.
That gives me a ton of respect for Rob Reiner for doing that, because that is so rare. Most people would just be like, F you, especially somebody who's doesn't have any cachet or power.
Yeah. He definitely, because I'm sure somebody way back in the day gave him that opportunity. Mm-hmm. And when he did Spinal Tap, and it was like, well, you've never directed anything. And
you're meathead.
Like, and somebody gave him that choice and that possibility, and so he was like, I got to pay it forward.
I respect that. Yeah. I respect the hell out of that.
2 weeks after the initial meeting at Castle Rock showing them the script, Darabont had $25 million to make his movie.
Damn.
That's insane.
Yep.
See how fast that works.
It never happened. It never happened today. Never.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Things are weird today.
It could. I mean, it could.
I mean, it could happen today because Stephen King is so unbelievably popular.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because, like, you could probably greenlight almost anything of Stephen King's at this point.
So, casting. Tim Robbins was cast as Andy Dufresne. Darabont offered the role of Andy to a ton of actors, including
Gene Hackman, Robert Duvall, Clint Eastwood, Paul Newman, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Kevin Costner, Johnny Depp, Nicolas Cage, and Charlie Sheen.
He actually started with Gene Hackman, Robert Duvall, and Clint Eastwood because they were his 3 favorite actors.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm just going to put it out there and see what they do.
But they seem red. They're too old to play Andy.
Yeah, of course. They were also up for the role of Red, too, but all of them said no.
I think Hanks would have been good.
I think Hanks would have been good.
Kevin Costner, too much in his head. I don't think he would have had... Maybe. I
think he could have pulled off the quiet determination, but he doesn't have the intelligence.
No.
And I hate saying that because Kevin Costner's not a stupid person.
No,
but Robbins, you can see the machinations working behind his eyes.
Yes. And there is so much going on internally and under the surface with Robbins that I don't... Not saying that he's a bad actor, but Costner's a different kind of actor.
Yeah.
And approaches it differently, and I don't think he'd be right for it.
I don't think it would have worked for the script that was there.
Johnny Depp probably could have done it. I mean, Johnny Depp, people forget what a great actor he is.
Yeah.
Because of all the weirdness.
Especially this is way back in like 92, probably 93.
Cage, man, that's a crapshoot. Which Cage you gonna get?
Yeah.
He's just too over the top. And then Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was a good actor, but I don't think he had the gravitas to play. He doesn't have the vulnerability.
Yeah.
I don't think that. Tim Robbins just had the complete package.
Yeah.
Tim Robbins is one of the greatest American actors of our generation.
Yeah.
And I don't think he gets the due that he deserves a lot of the time. But this performance...
What? I was just thinking about Howard the Duck.
Yeah. This is our Howard the Duck episode. Oh, my God. That is what's so crazy, dude. If you haven't seen Howard the Duck, watch Howard the Duck and listen to our Howard the Duck episode.
Yeah.
It's great. But the performance that he gives in that is one of the worst performances on film.
So over the top and so stupid.
Unbelievably bad. To think that guy is Andy Dufresne. It just goes to show you what an amazing actor he is and how he really... Tim Robbins went into it, man. Yeah. He did his goofy stuff to get into the business, and then after that it was
he was
you know, and as soon as he got with Altman, man, that's when you got to see how amazing he was.
So Hackman and Duvall were unavailable. Eastwood and Newman both passed. Hanks was working on Forrest Gump, so he couldn't do it anyway. And Costner was working on Westworld. Waterworld, not Westworld. Jesus. Waterworld. Costner was working on Waterworld. Wow. God, Costner and Westworld would be weird.
It would have been a lot better than Waterworld.
Yeah, well...
He drinks his pee-pee.
Look, the best thing to come out of Waterworld was the Universal Waterworld show.
That's true.
That was the best thing.
Do they still do that? Mm-hmm. It's so good. Yeah. Last time we were there, we watched it.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, man.
Cruise actually attended table readings of the script because I think Cruise really wanted to work with Rob Reiner, but he declined to work for the inexperienced Darabont.
Douche.
Yeah, it does not. It makes him sound kind of douchey.
He is douchey. Tom Cruise is a product, man. Tom Cruise is... solid state television. He is not an actor. He's not an artist. He is a product. He's like The Rock. He is a movie star. Yeah.
He's just a brand.
Yeah, exactly. He is a brand. He is not an artist.
Yeah. After watching Robbins in Jacob's Ladder, Darabont offered him the part. Robbins had just finished production on The Hudsucker Proxy, directed by the Coens and co-written by Sam Raimi.
You know, for kids.
I keep forgetting that. I always forget that movie was co-written by Sam Raimi.
I love that movie.
That movie's so good.
So good.
So good. Robbins convinced Darabont to hire cinematographer Roger Deakins to shoot Shawshank, as he'd just work on The Hudsucker Proxy.
Amazing cinematographer.
Yeah, incredible.
Oh, one of the best.
In 1992, Robbins wrote, directed, and starred in the political satire Bob Roberts, his first directorial and writing effort.
It's funny, that movie is very prophetic when it comes to politics.
It actually premiered the character in an SNL sketch in 1986.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Super weird.
I think it's one of the only, if not the only non-SNL movie to have a movie based on a character.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it was around then when Lorne Michaels was like, I own everything.
You know, Ted Lasso is based on a commercial?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Ted Lasso
It was like
started
an ESPN commercial?
something like that. Yeah.
There was something else recently that I just heard was based on a commercial. Oh, that awful... Oh, shit, I can't... The Running Man guy who is awful. Chad Powell. The show Chad Powers?
Yeah.
Sorry, the show Chad Powers?
Yeah.
With him and all that makeup and grossness was based on a freaking commercial.
It's so stupid.
A commercial.
It's so stupid. It's him going back to college to play football or something.
Yeah. It was just, sorry. And I feel bad because he's not terrible.
No, he's just the newest.
He just wasn't, he hasn't blown me away yet.
He's today's version of Charlie Schlatter.
Yeah, and be honest, I mean, he's apparently not very memorable because I can't remember his damn name.
No. God damn it, what is his name?
I mean, I just called him Chad Powell.
Chad Powell. Glenn Powell.
Yeah, that's why I called him Chad Powell.
Yeah.
Because he's Glenn Powell.
Yeah. Generic dude, generic name.
Even saying the name, I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah. Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
No, nothing against Glenn Powell.
No, he's fine. Look, to be honest, I thought he was fine in the new Top Gun movie. I thought he was fine.
I hated that movie.
It was fine.
It was stupid. I don't know. He's just that generic actor that kind of popped up out of nowhere, and they're desperately trying to make him the next movie star. Yeah. And people are kind of like, I don't think so.
1992 also saw Robbins star in The Player from Robert Altman.
One of my absolute favorite movies of all time. It is probably the greatest send-up of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood satire. I mean, it is so spot on. It is so effing spot on.
It's very good.
You can tell that Altman was in the business for like 30, 40 years before he made that.
Yeah.
And an unbelievable cast.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He would work with Altman again the following year as part of the ensemble of Shortcuts.
Another
fantastic movie.
Absolutely fantastic film. God damn it. Robert Altman hit his stride in the 90s. It was just this string of... Until Pret-a-Porter, it was just this string of really great movies.
Robbins would work with him again in 1994 with Pret-a-Porter.
Yeah, Pret-a-Porter... Altman loved fashion for some reason, and so he wanted to make a movie about Fashion Week.
It's weird.
But Tim Robbins, he and Julia Roberts, their characters were like getting down in a hotel room the entire movie, if I remember correctly, for some reason.
In 1984, he also appeared in IQ with Meg Ryan and Walter Matthau as Albert Einstein.
It was really cute. It was a cute movie with Meg Ryan as Albert Einstein's niece, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And Tim Robbins is this dummy, but he likes her. It was kind of like a Flowers for Algernon kind of thing. A little bit, because it's like they take Tim Robbins, who's a dum-dum, and then Albert Einstein and his friends, they take him into his, and try to make him a smarty. And it's really cute. It's just like a totally innocuous, fun little film. Okay. And Walter Matthau is really fun as Albert Einstein.
For Shawshank, Robbins prepared for the role by studying caged animals in a zoo, talking to prison guards and prisoners, and had his legs and arms shackled for a few hours.
Yeah.
He also asked to be put in a solitary confinement for 3 days, but the prison guards said they should start with 3 hours, which Robbins admitted later was more than enough.
It's so funny because you do that kind of shit, man. You're like, oh, when I did this paper about sleep deprivation, or not sleep deprivation, sensory deprivation tanks.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to spend 24 hours in the tank. And they're like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
I think I spent like 5 or 6 hours in the tank.
Oh, jeez.
And that was just absolutely insane.
Yeah. That was, in this movie, that was the most messed up thing when he throws him in confinement for a month.
Yes.
And then they're like, I'm sure you probably heard by now your guy's dead. And he's like, everything's going back to normal. Let's give you another month to think about it. It's like, F you, dude.
It is insane.
Talk about being able to break somebody. Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm always like, I could do solitary. I like being alone. You don't have a book. You don't have anything.
You're sitting in the dark.
Yes, with your nothing but your thoughts.
Yeah.
It is like sensory deprivation.
You get fed a cup of coffee and a muffin every day, and that's it.
Another delusion of grandeur was when the troops, when we were going to do our 25-hour continuous thing, our first pitch was a week. We were going to do a week of continuous improv. And we're like, I can't even believe. And then it was 3 days. And then once we finally sat down, did logistics, and thought about it, I mean, in 25 hours was insane to begin with, but I couldn't have 3 days, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah. For more on Robbins, listen to our Howard the Duck episode and our Tapeheads episode.
Yes.
Forget he was in Tapeheads.
Tapeheads, I love that movie so much. If you can find it, it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
It's Tim Robbins and John Cusack, and it's kind of Cusack's... It's Cusack's kind of bridge film from being the teen heartthrob to a weirdo indie guy.
Yeah.
And it's
a great movie.
A great movie.
It
so
is
much fun.
So bizarre. And
so bizarre.
So good. So good.
The Kumo D's.
Robbins can currently be seen in Silo still, and in the upcoming movie The Catch, starring Emma Stone, Chris Pine, Ashley Padilla, Drewski, Arena Shake, Chris Fleming, and Sissy Spacek.
Is it a comedy?
I believe it's a comedy. It's a romantic comedy.
Isn't Ashley Padilla the it girl from Saturday Night Live?
Maybe.
I think so.
So Morgan Freeman was cast as Ellis Boyd Redding. After a stint in the Air Force, Freeman moved to Los Angeles to study acting. Freeman was convinced to start a dancing career by an acting coach, and while working as a dancer in the 1964 World's Fair in New York, Freeman realized that he loved acting a lot more.
Good dancer. He's got that lanky, spindly body that's great for dancing.
He started acting off-Broadway, and in 1968 made his Broadway debut, acting in an all-black cast of Hello, Dolly that also featured Pearl Bailey and Cab Calloway.
That would have been awesome to see.
Yeah. 1971 saw Freeman's debut in a feature film with Who Says I Can't Ride a Rainbow, starring Jack Klugman.
Jack Klugman from... I love Jack Klugman so much. From The Odd Couple.
Also in 1971, Freeman was cast in The Electric Company, appearing in 780 episodes over 6 seasons.
That's where every Gen Xer got to know him.
He was on TV every day.
Yeah. As the something reader.
The something reader, yeah. Rita the Reader?
The Randy Reader.
Randy Reader.
It's funny. Yeah. But we watched a little bit of it this morning. It was kind of sexy.
You can see a lot of it on YouTube.
It's so funny. The 70s, man.
Such a weird...
Well, people just, they didn't talk down to kids, or...
No.
There was just kind of this, hey, man, this is kind of the way it is.
This is what it is, yeah.
And he was so great. It's really funny, that Charlie Rose interview I told you about. Tim Robbins is like, well, I got to know you on Electric Company.
Yeah,
and Morgan Freeman was like, well, just about everybody did. Everyone in your generation.
Freeman hated working on the Electric Company, and when it finally was too exhausting, he quit and didn't do any acting for over 2 years.
Well, it's a daily show.
Yeah, it was tiring.
And he did a lot of dancing and singing, and, it probably wasn't the most fulfilling part. I mean, it was great to help kids, but as an actor, you're not stretching at all.
It's a good paycheck, steady work, but you're not, it's not really challenging as an actor.
It's not Shakespeare.
I was in Hello, Dolly, goddammit.
I was with Cab Calloway.
1980 saw him in Attica, the TV movie, and Brubaker, starring Robert Redford.
Great movie.
Another prison movie.
Yep.
Freeman continued to work, playing some leads, but really broke out in 1987 with Street Smarts, co-starring Christopher Reeve and Kathy Baker.
Yes, where he played a pimp.
Yeah, he would be nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars, but would lose to Sean Connery for The Untouchables.
No shame there, but it was a great performance. And it was not your typical, stereotypical pimp.
Yeah.
They had that elements, but he took it like Morgan Freeman does with every role. He gives it depth, and he gives it gravitas. The guy is just a master.
In 1989, Freeman appeared in Driving Miss Daisy, reprising a role he played on Broadway.
I have to make water, Miss Daisy.
He would be nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars, but would lose to Daniel Day-Lewis for My Left Foot.
Hey, no shame there.
Yeah. I'm sure that... Can you just imagine being Morgan Freeman being like, wait, Sean Connery's nominated? God damn it. Oh, wait, Daniel Day-Lewis is nominated?
Who's Daniel Day-Lewis? Who cares? He's probably a nobody. Oh, damn it.
Freeman's film prior to Shawshank was Unforgiven, written, directed, and starring Clint Eastwood.
My favorite Western of all time.
It would earn over $159 million at the box office and would be nominated for 9 Academy Awards, winning 4, but Freeman was not nominated.
It's insanity to me that he was not nominated. He was so goddamn good. I just watched that movie recently.
Oh, yeah?
With my folks, I think in March. Still stands up. God damn, it is an amazing performance by Clint Eastwood and by Morgan Freeman. And even the kid who, when I first saw the movie, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Probably because we were the same age and I wished I had the part. But, watching it again, divorced of all that, kid's great as this, wannabe tough guy who's really just a puss,
Right.
It's such a my God, for Clint Eastwood to do a revisionist Western that completely kind of negates all of his characters is the most brilliant thing, man.
Yeah.
Ugh, I love that movie so much.
We'll cover it at some point.
Yeah, we will.
Much like casting for Andy Dufresne, Darabont had a hard time casting Red. Producer Liz Glotzer suggested Freeman, despite Red being a white Irish guy. They kept the line...
Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
They kept it in as a joke because,
It was funny.
I mean, and it's funny because his last name's Redding. So it's like, why do they call you Red? It's like, well... Because my last name's Redding?
Yes.
What else do you need, man? But no, maybe it's because I'm Irish. I'm Irish. It's great. Darabont knew him from Brubaker, another prison movie, and Robbins was excited to work with him because he grew up watching The Electric Company.
You know what's crazy is watching that, again, the interview, that they cast Morgan Freeman first.
Yeah.
And so they gave him a list of actors that they thought, who do you think out of this list? And his only and first choice was Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
He was just so enamored of him and wanted to work with him so badly.
I mean, he was doing some great work at that point. I mean, between The Player and Jacob's Ladder, and he had range.
But it was really cute the way he's like, me, I did it. I was the one. And and Tim Robbins was like, you always take credit for my career. So, it was really fun. It just seemed like those guys were pals.
Yeah. Freeman did zero research for his part in the movie.
Acting the part of someone who's incarcerated doesn't require any specific knowledge of incarceration because men don't change. Once you're in that situation, you just toe whatever line you have to toe.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. There's no reason to go talk to a bunch of prisoners and stuff. It's like, what are they going to say? Yeah, it sucks.
Well, it's called acting,
yeah.
And I think he gets it. And look, when I've talked about this before, when I act or when I was an actor, I guess I still am, but I haven't done it in a while. Yeah. When I act, the research is what I love. I don't, I'm not a method actor. I don't do all that stuff. But if I'm going to play a doctor, I like meeting with doctors or...
You go do surgery on people.
I've done extensive surgery. So many dead people.
So much brain surgery. It's crazy.
Brain dead. But you know what I mean. It's I want to do justice to whatever profession that I'm portraying. But I get this. Something like this, you're not going to know what it was like to be in prison in the 1940s.
No, and you're not going to
research.
You're a guy who's been in prison for 20 plus years already. Like that, no matter who you talk to, you're never going to know.
And it's on the page too. Yeah. I think.
But I get why Robbins did it. I mean, I've never been in solitary confinement.
Yes.
I have to know what it's like.
Well, yes, I think experiencing being shackled, experiencing solitary confinement is going to help your performance. Yeah, definitely. I mean, look. I'm with Laurence Olivier when he famously said to
Dustin Hoffman in The Marathon Man,
when he's running up and down the stairs, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm exhausted." He's like, "Dear boy, why don't you try acting?"
Have you tried acting? Yeah. I always forget that it's Laurence Olivier that said that. I knew it was Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man, but I forget it's Laurence Olivier that was just like...
One of the greatest actors ever.
Dude, just pretend. It's not hard.
Yeah, and if that dude tells you, then you know what you're doing is bullshit.
Yeah. Darabont, much like Kubrick, liked to shoot a lot of takes. The prison yard chat with Andy requesting a rock hammer from Red took 9 hours to shoot.
That's on him, man. This is a simple scene that is totally on the director.
Freeman threw the baseball the entire time without complaint. The next day, he came in with his arm in a sling. Later, when Darabont wanted to continue to reshoot scenes, Freeman would just tell him no and walk off set.
No. Oh, there he goes.
I mean, I get it. Because the thing is, Darabont, he was very inexperienced.
Yeah.
And he was very unsure.
Sure.
He knew he had a vision.
Yes.
But, he's like, what if I mess this up?
So he overshot.
Yeah.
And this is also Freeman... coming off of working with Clint Eastwood, who famously shoots like one take.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we got it. Wait, what? No, nope. You're done.
Yeah, there was the whole just like, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best is listening to Matt Damon talk about working with Clint Eastwood because he's like, okay, boss, can I get another one? Nope. Come on, boss, one more? Nope, we got it.
Nope. This was also the first time that Freeman did any kind of narration, which would shape a lot of his career after the film was released.
He became the narrator of our lives.
Yeah.
He's got such a smooth and silky voice. His voice is so melodical. It just sounds like dripping syrup.
Melodical, that's a good word. Melodious, I think is what you're trying to say.
I'm saying melodical.
I like melodical.
I made the word up.
You're very melodical. Yeah.
It means I'm nonsense.
Yeah. Yes, he's one of those people that you could literally just listen to forever. Because
his voice is the definition of gravitas.
It is soothing.
Yeah.
It is wonderful. I would fall asleep. He's done that. He did the nighttime books where he literally just narrated books for kids to fall asleep to.
Good night, moon. Good night, spoon. Good night, month of June.
Freeman would be nominated for a Best Actor Oscar, but unfortunately would lose to Tom Hanks for Forrest Gump. Which, Tom Hanks was great. Tom Hanks was great.
It was a great performance.
It was a tough year. I mean,
really
there was a lot of really good performances.
It seems like every year is a tough year for him.
It is, yeah. He would finally win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for $1 Million Baby, beating out Alan Alda for The Aviator, Thomas Hayden Church for Sideways, Jamie Foxx for Collateral, and Clive Owen for Closer.
No disrespect to those gentlemen, but that was an easy breezy year for him because those performances weren't that great.
I do not remember that Jamie Foxx got nominated for Collateral.
He was really good in Collateral.
I mean, that movie's fantastic and one of the best things Tom Cruise has done.
Oh yeah, because of Michael Mann.
Yeah, but I totally forgot that he got nominated for an Oscar for that.
That was really the first movie where Jamie Foxx became an actor.
Yeah.
And people are like, Jamie Foxx can act?
Yeah, and he was great. And he was great in it. But
I'm just saying we were all surprised.
Morgan Freeman definitely deserved the
LaQuisha or whatever that name of that character where he dressed up as a woman was nominated for an Oscar?
Yeah.
The guy from the Jamie Foxx show?
Yeah. It was, and Thomas Hayden Church was fine in Sideways. Like, all of them were just fine.
Fine. Alan Alda was fine. There was no flashy performance that year.
Yeah.
They were all very kind of even keel.
Yeah.
Very down-to-earth characters.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, of all of them, and I don't remember. I'm sure I've seen Closer, but I do not remember that movie at all.
That's the one where... it's not that great, where Queen Amidala plays the stripper.
Natalie Portman.
And I think Julia Roberts was in that too.
Yeah, it was fine. Again, it was fine. To be honest, of those, the flashiest to me was Thomas Hayden Church, but that was only because I was so used to him being the moron from Wings, and then he was just like this philandering asshole in the movie.
He was the straight man
But again, 100% Morgan Freeman deserved it.
$1 Million Baby was such a great movie. That was when Clint Eastwood was just hitting his stride.
Yeah.
Oscar after Oscar and story after. I mean, the guy, so sad that he's not making movies anymore.
Yeah. Freeman can most recently be seen on the TV show Lioness.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in like 10 episodes, I think. I think he plays a director or something.
He was also an old man, wasn't he? The Jeff Bridges
Possibly.
show? Yeah, I think
that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think he was.
He's been in a ton of stuff. I mean, he's still working like crazy. He's got to be. I think he's 88 or 89 now.
Yeah, I think
he's still working like crazy.
He's amazing. Yeah. Seven, one of my favorite movies of all time.
My God, Seven is brilliant.
The guy.
This Shawshank and Seven would be a good double feature.
Oh yeah,
because I want to believe that after he got out, he became a cop and started working with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he and Andy became private eyes and see what's in a hole. Some
guy started murdering people.
And we solved the crimes.
But yeah, Seven's a brilliant movie. Brilliant. Bob Gunton was cast as Samuel Norton.
Ooh, the warden.
Warden Norton.
Warden Norton.
Gunton was raised Catholic and originally wanted to become a priest, but decided to focus on drama instead.
He looks like he could have been a priest.
Yeah. Gunton started his acting career in 1977 as the understudy for Christopher Lloyd in Happy End on Broadway. Gunton actually performed the first show as Lloyd hurt his leg and couldn't perform.
Oh, wow. He's just like, my big break.
Yeah.
Literally.
Unfortunately, it was only for the one show, the one performance, because then Christopher Lloyd performed the rest of the run on crutches.
Of course he did. I'm not giving this up.
My guess is that he probably didn't do the first show because he was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, he just literally couldn't be there.
I heard that Bob Gunton pushed him.
He's like, God damn it, you're supposed to be out longer. Gunton originated the role of Juan Perón in Evita in the original 1980 Broadway run, earning him a Tony Award nomination.
That is crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It just also goes to show you weird casting. White dudes is...
His first feature was the political thriller Rollover in 1981, starring Jane Fonda and Chris Christopherson.
Weird movie. I barely remember that.
Chris Christopherson earned a Razzie for that movie.
People forget, man. Chris Christopherson was a big-ass star.
He was. Gunton had a lot of supporting parts in some bigger movies. Matewan in 1987, written and directed by John Sayles, starring Chris Cooper in his film debut.
Such a good movie.
Absolutely brilliant movie.
Man, John Sayles, one of my favorite indie filmmakers of all time. And writers.
Matewan is amazing. Such a good movie. Glory in 1989, directed by Edward Zwick, starring Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington, and Morgan Freeman.
I totally remember him from that.
Yeah.
He was one of the...
I think he was one of the Southern Generals or something.
I think so.
JFK in 1991, written and directed by Oliver Stone, starring just about everybody in Hollywood.
Everybody.
Patriot Games in 1992, starring Harrison Ford as Jack Ryan. And Demolition Man in 1993, starring Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock.
Frozen, and then they thought me out, and then you gotta use shells to wipe your butt. Nobody can smoke cigarettes and tricks like go up to Wesley Snipes.
Wow, it's weird that I actually understood what you said there.
Well, he's been taking voice lessons.
It was during Demolition Man that Gunton auditioned for Shawshank. As he'd shaved his head for Demolition Man, he wore a wig during the audition. When he was cast, he actually wore that same wig in the early days of shooting until his hair grew back.
He was so good as the warden.
So good. From the very get-go when he comes in. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I've got the Holy Bible. And you're like, oh, God, he's going to be this religious thumper. And he is, but he's also the most crooked man alive.
Yeah, just like most religious thumpers.
Oh, it's so brilliant.
But such quiet menace.
Yeah.
And for a man who plays a lot of academics and plays a lot of not tough guys, he really had this quiet menace that was frightening.
And this is another thing about this movie that I absolutely love, and I'll talk about it a little more with Sadler when we get to Sadler. But Gunton, there's a moment for every actor that gives them range.
Yeah.
And in this one, you pointed out yesterday, which I'd never thought about before, when Tim Robbins is talking to him about the kid, and he's like, I've got a chance to get out of here. Are you being purposefully obtuse?
Yeah.
And the warden's reaction is like, what did you call me?
Yeah.
You mentioned
I think
we were watching because he just didn't know what the word meant.
Yes. I think he got so mad because Tim Robbins proved that he's a smarter man than him.
Yeah.
And always will be.
But that played out so well by Bob Gunton.
Yes.
It gives so much more depth to that, just that reaction, that line.
Especially when he comes into the solitary confinement and says, am I being obtuse now?
Yeah. Like he's like,
I got a dictionary and looked it up.
I got to point out, you're not smarter than me.
Yes, I know what that word means now.
Yeah.
Took me a month, but I know it.
I thought it started with an A.
Yes.
but it's brilliant. But that's the kind of thing where it's like this brilliant little, and like with Sadler, and the reason that I thought of this was when Fat Ass was coming in and he's taunting him.
Yeah.
And then when the screws come out and they're like trying to get him to shut up, and Sadler's just like, dude, stop. Like he's like, I want to tease you, but I don't want you to get hurt.
Because he's not a sociopath.
Yeah.
These guys aren't sociopaths. Yeah. They're idiots that made a horrible mistake.
But it's just those little things that make this movie so brilliant.
Yeah. No, look, Clancy Brown and Bob Gunton, they're so evil, but they're not evil. There's humanity to them, because they don't see these people as... The thing about these two guys is they're so effing insecure.
Yeah.
So brutally insecure. And they hate these prisoners with a passion for whatever reason. And if any of these prisoners show any sort of inkling of individuality or intelligence or dare to say anything to them,
right.
Their first reaction is just to beat the shit out of them or kill them because they're so insecure.
Yeah.
They can't they can't use their words. They have to use their sticks.
You're a big boy now. Use your words. Yeah.
What did you say to me?
Gunton's height actually helped him get cast. He was 6'2" to Tim Robbins' 6'5", making Andy wearing the warden's suit much more believable.
Yeah. If he was a little guy, it would have been...
Yeah.
It looked like he was wearing his little brother's suit.
It's also really funny because I think of Tim Robbins as being tall.
Yeah.
And tall. He's 6'5", he's tall.
Right.
But Bob Gunton is 6'2". That's tall.
Yeah.
And I don't look at Bob Gunton and go, wow, he's tall.
No, and most people in Hollywood are like 5'8".
Yeah, yeah. Gunton's next project after Shawshank was Dolores Claiborne, directed by Taylor Hackford, starring Kathy Bates and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Great movie, great book.
Constantly forget that Taylor Hackford directed that.
Yeah.
Great director. Gunton can most recently be heard voicing a character in the historical documentary The Gettysburg Address, which came out in 2025.
Still working. He's got to be in his 80s.
Yeah. William Sadler was cast as Haywood.
Oh, William Sadler. I know I say this about everybody, but he really is in my top 10 of... And I've said this about him before, so it's not just me doing it now. But he's one of my favorite character actors. Because the guy's got so much range.
Yeah. Sadler has been a lifelong performer, playing the character Banjo Bill throughout high school, a banjo-playing teen who cracks jokes.
I can so see him doing that. I can so see him doing that.
As I was writing this, I was like, I would hate him. I would hate him with passion.
But if he did it all through high school, it must have been pretty fun.
Yeah, I know. He's just one of those. It's just like the screaming, look at me!
Yes.
It's like, come on, man.
Yes, that was kind of me in high school.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yes. Sorry.
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, no, I was all over the place.
Sadler started acting on stage, originating the character of Sergeant Toomey in Biloxi Blues on Broadway in 1985.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sadler made his feature film debut in 1982 with a small role in Hanky Panky, directed by Sidney Poitier. Sadler is a character actor that has appeared in almost 200 projects, most notably playing the Grim Reaper in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey in 1991.
That's what's so crazy about him. I mean,
The fact that it's William Sadler, that just blows my mind.
And he was basically playing Death from Ingmar Bergman.
Yeah.
The Seventh Seal.
Yeah.
Which that even more crazy.
He would reprise the role in 2020 with Bill and Ted Face the Music, which I still have not seen.
Party on!
He was also in K-9 in 1989, starring Jim Belushi.
You listen to our K-9 episode.
Yeah. He also played Geno Fish in 6 Jesse Stone movies, starring Tom Selleck.
Love those movies. And he is so good. He plays this kind of mobster that Stone goes to for information and help.
Okay.
But he may or may not be gay. It's this very enigmatic performance, and the character is so cool and mysterious. Oh, hello, Jesse. Come sit down. And it's
weird.
just he's always like,
Okay.
and he's got this weird kind of fey manservant and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, Sadler can play anything. That's what makes him such an incredible character actor, because to be able to go from this great performance, very unique on Jesse Stone, to Bill and Ted's, to playing the heavy in Die Hard 2, so convincingly, and then he plays dummies really well. The thing about Haywood is he has this stutter.
Yeah, that it
comes out occasionally.
It's so obvious that he's trying not to show it.
Yeah.
And do you know how hard it is as an actor to pretend that you don't have a stutter?
I'm sure that he had this backstory of he got beat up by his father and has a stutter for whatever and tries to hide it. Maybe that. I mean, I picture, and I could totally be wrong. Please, William, call us and come have dinner with us. But I just see him with a notebook filled with backstory. For Haywood, and kind of a similar character in The Mist, but not.
Yeah.
He just plays these New England guys really well, and he knows how to play a Stephen King character because he's done it in several movies.
He has. Sadler got the part in Shawshank due to working with Darabont in 1989 on Tales from the Crypt, with Darabont excitedly telling him about his new adaptation he was working on.
Ooh.
In 1989. Took him another 5 years to finish it. But,
Yeah, he was just like, sure, okay, yeah, Frank.
Sadler would later work with Darabont on 2 other King adaptations, The Green Mile in 1999 and The Mist in 2007.
So great. The Green Mile, didn't he play a guard?
Yeah, he was a guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the irony, is that he played a prisoner here and then he played a guard in the Green Mile. He also appeared in the adaptation of Salem's Lot in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
He was the older, I don't remember the character's name, but the older guy.
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. He most recently can be seen in The Yeti, a low-budget, mostly panned creature feature at the age of 76.
keep going, baby. You are so great, and it is always a pleasure to see him in something.
He's got like 6 projects coming up, so I mean, the man's just working.
He's a joy to be around because you don't get that much work if you're not. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before. Unless you're a huge star, if you're a dick, nobody's going to want to work with you.
They can hire somebody else.
Sure. We'll get a William Sadler type.
Yeah.
But the guy has consistently done amazing work for 30 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen I've seen him in some bad movies.
40 years.
40 years. I've seen him in some bad movies, but I've never seen a bad performance.
No, he's always good.
And Haywood is really the heart of the group. And he's so funny, too, because when Brooks has got the knife to his neck, and Brooks is like, I'm going to cut him.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Brooks is okay. And they finally get the knife away, and they're like, you okay? You okay? And then he's like, what about me? I had a knife to my neck. And they're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up, Haywood.
Funny story about that. That knife they were using was very dull, and Sadler kept trying to get Whitmore to push it harder into his neck.
Ooh.
Because he was like, it's not going to hurt me. Like, just push it harder. And Whitmore, utter professional, was like, absolutely not. Like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if I accidentally stab you?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care how dull it is. He just wouldn't do it. But Sadler was like, no, you got to push it harder.
Yeah, you get that way on set. You want to push things to the limit.
But Whitmore was old school and was like, look, I was always taught, you got to safety first.
Well, also, when you get older, you just realize the bullshit of that. It's like act. You don't need...
It was convincing. It was fine.
No, I get it. But it's just, I used to be the... Hit me in the face.
Hit me as hard as you can.
Hit me as hard as you can. We want to make this real. And today I'd be like, you come anywhere near me, and I'm suing you.
I'm suing you. Clancy Brown was cast as Byron Hadley, the toughest screw in all of Shawshank.
Oh, Jesus, man. And this is saying a lot. But this is one of his best performances.
Yeah.
It is so effing real and scary. And look, Clancy has played a lot of heavies, a lot of good guys, a lot of bad guys. But this character, this movie doesn't work without the right actor playing this part.
Exactly. And he's so brilliant and so... Again, having a moment, the whole thing where he's about to throw Andy off, and then you can see the gears working, and he's like, okay, maybe, and then the fact that like sisters go after him and mess him up and almost kill him. Byron Hadley is like, well, that's not happening again.
No,
like I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yes, I mean, in that look, we're all like, good thing, we're glad that he got his comeuppance. But yeah, I mean. You think about like what drives a man like that, and it's hate and it's anger. But it's self-loathing that makes him do what he does. And there's not a better example of that than when he's about to kill Andy and throw him off because he thinks Andy's disrespecting him.
Right.
And then, like you said, when the wheels turn and he realizes he's going to help him, he's like, okay, I see use for you. I will not kill you. But he's a dumb man, he's an emotional man, and he is a man without many morals.
And he does respect Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy earned his respect.
Yeah.
Like he helped him out. Sure, he got $35,000 out of it, but he proved it when he beat the crap out of the sisters.
But he still doesn't respect him. And
he's still a prisoner.
But what was so great about the scene where Andy puts the record on?
Yeah.
Andy was smooth sailing at that point, man. He was running the prison.
Yeah, he didn't need to do
Had all the guards respect, had not necessarily respect, but had the warden kind of in his pocket, had a nice cushy thing going.
Yeah.
And then the need, the just not even the need, but the compulsion to give people a taste of humanity, a taste of the outside world of freedom.
Right.
Was so important to him that he just destroyed all of that.
He took it all back down to zero because he was like, this is worth it to me.
Yeah.
And there's that moment you can see on his face when Hadley shows up.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, oh, God, this is going to be bad.
He just puts his hands back.
But he's like, I'm already committed.
And then Clancy's like,
and Hadley is like, oh, this is going to be fun.
You're mine now, Dufresne.
Yeah. So we've covered Clancy Brown quite a bit on this show. So listen to our Buckaroo Banzai episode or our Highlander episode or our Bad Boys episode for more on Clancy Brown. I think we've covered Clancy Brown almost either more or as much as anybody else on the show.
Yeah, well, there's somebody else too that we've covered quite a bit
I
was really curious.
Actors that keep coming up, and Clancy Brown is one of them.
Well, because Clancy Brown was a staple of the Gen X movies. I mean, Highlander, Bad Boys, this. The guy, as much as you hate the Highlander, you can't hate his performance.
No, he was one of the highlights of the movie.
Well, the Highlander. Nope. Anyway, but to this day, man, the guy gives the greatest performances.
He's utterly brilliant.
He was. I just saw him. Not just saw him, but I think in the Penguin show, I think he played Falcone.
Yeah, I believe he was in that.
And he still is just got that thing, man. Like, in Starship Troopers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is iconic. He's an iconic actor. Yeah. And there's very few people that are that way, but he's been in so many. He's been in just about all of the franchises. He's been in Star Wars. He plays Darth Maul's brother.
Oh, yeah.
In the animated stuff, voices that. And his voice, too.
Yeah, he's done so much voiceover work.
Video game. I mean, you, for the longest time.
Detroit Become Human.
You used him as your avatar.
I don't know if it still is.
No,
I changed it. That's right.
But you had Clancy Brown as your avatar for years.
He was brilliant in that movie, in the video game. He was brilliant.
Because the guy is brilliant. And he, for all intents and purposes, also seems like one of the loveliest human beings.
Yes.
Whenever I see him interviewed or you hear people talking about him, it's usually the guys that play the biggest assholes are the sweetest.
Yeah. He definitely seems like somebody that appreciates what he has.
Yeah.
And does not take it for granted.
No, because he's an anomaly, man. I mean, I think he gets parts because it's like Carnival.
Yeah,
it was like that. He had a huge part in that, and it seems to me because he's not a movie star. He doesn't, not everybody knows who Clancy Brown is, but I think people bring him in just because he's so damn talented, and probably very easy to work with, and a joy to have on set.
Just before Shawshank, he appeared in Pet Sematary 2 in 1992, the sequel to the adaptation of King's Pet Sematary.
Oh, so awful. That had
it's not good.
Whiny Boy from T2 in it.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie
Schlatter.
Charlie Schlatter.
Yeah.
His name is Edward Furlong.
Edward Furlong.
He was in with Edward Furlong. Edward Furlong was also in a prison movie.
Oh, yeah.
Animal Farm or something.
Oh. For Shawshank, actual prison guards offered to share Brown some of their experiences, but he declined, not wanting any actual correction officers to be tied as inspiration for the sadistic character he was playing.
What a smart and nice dude.
Yeah. He was like, look, man, like, they're going to think that's you, and that's not.
I'm not basing this on Bob. Bob's a good guy.
Ironically, Brown and Bob Gunton, the warden, despite playing the most evil characters, were the most fun to be around on set.
Probably, because when you have to play something that heavy, you got to lighten it up, man.
Yeah. They apparently joked around a lot, and, tried to keep everything going. It was a rough shoot. So
I mean, look, it's like being in prison, dude.
Yeah.
There's no women on this set.
No.
At least in the cast. And
no, there was one woman the entire movie.
2 women. The bank teller. But
the bank teller, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, the wife and the bank teller, and that was it.
Yeah. They're all on the outside.
Yeah.
One of them's dead.
And look, man, your extras are all real prison guards and ex-prisoners.
Yeah.
It's a crazy shoot.
Brown can still be heard voicing various characters on SpongeBob SquarePants, with 305 episodes currently complete.
Does he play the crabby guy?
He plays like 5 different characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think so.
Makes me want to watch it. I've never seen it.
I've never watched SpongeBob
Pearpants?
SpongeBob Pearpants.
Pearpants.
Gil Bellows was cast as Tommy Williams, the young upstart that comes in the early 60s.
When I first watched this movie, it was the only part that I didn't like. But now, years later, I don't really...
That's funny, because I always liked him in this. I mean, he was very indicative of, like, kind of that 60s greaser.
Watching it again, he was great.
Yeah, and like, him coming in, I could just imagine, like, him, like, all the older guys just being fascinated by him, because he's just this weird kid.
I think it was the Ally McBeal thing. I just think it was, like... kind of who he was outside of this. He just seemed out of place at the time. He seemed like a TV actor in this great ensemble, but he did. Like, watching it again, he must have been wearing a hairpiece.
He didn't get Ally McBeal till after this, so I mean,
there's something about him that really rubbed me the wrong way at the time, but I'm saying I overcame that, and I really enjoyed it.
He's won you over?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's been weighing on him for the last 20 years.
I'm sure it has. Bellows is a Canadian who studied acting in Los Angeles and then moved to New York, where he started acting on stage.
Yeah, I came from Canada and only had 6 loonies in my pocket when I landed.
Bellows made his feature film debut in the first season in 1989, a Canadian family drama.
Yeah, it was first season of hockey, and I broke my ankle and had to sit out the season. Wasn't great.
Bellows was cast in Shawshank after an exhaustive search for a Tommy. Brad Pitt was actually cast, but pulled out after he gained good notices for Thelma and Louise.
He would have been perfect.
He would have been great.
Absolutely perfect. In fact, watching it after knowing this, Gil Bellows seems like he's kind of doing a...
Yeah. He is, yeah. Freeman was surprised that he was a fairly new actor, as he just slipped right into being Tommy. Just a couple of months after the premiere of Shawshank, Bellows played his first lead in a film starring opposite Renee Zellweger in Love in a 45.
Yeah, not a great indie.
No. 1997 saw Bellows cast in Ally McBeal as McBeal's potential love interest. He appeared in 68 episodes over 5 seasons.
McBeal was a good show.
During the last 2 seasons of Ally McBeal, he also starred in The Agency, appearing in 23 episodes.
Ooh, double duty.
Yeah, Bellows has continued to work frequently and has a lot of projects coming up, including appearing in the new Carrie miniseries from Mike Flanagan.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited to see that. James Whitmore was cast as Brooks Hatlin. Whitmore is a character actor with a 50-year record.
Jesus.
He was nominated for 2 Oscars, Best Supporting Actor for Battleground in 1949, losing to Dean Jagger for 12 O'Clock High.
Jagger or Yeager?
Or is it Yeager?
I don't know.
It did look to me like it's Jagger, so I'm going to call him Dean Jagger. Best Actor for Give 'Em Hell Harry in 1975, but he lost to Jack Nicholson for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, no shame there. Give 'Em Hell Harry is a really good movie.
Yeah. Whitmore also appeared in Planet of the Apes in 1968, playing the president of the Assembly for the Apes.
I totally forgot he was in that.
I did not know that until I wrote that down. I had no idea.
And you're an ape head.
I love that movie so much, and I had no idea it was James Whitmore.
You're literally an ape head because you have an ape's head.
I have Caesar filled with movies. Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau were considered for the role of Brooks. Matthau was close to saying yes to Brooks, but Lemmon and his son eventually convinced him to do Grumpy Old Men instead.
Nice.
Which, granted, it paid off for Matthau because it turned out to be one of his biggest box office hits in years.
Really great, fun movie. And as much as Walter Matthau or Jack Lemmon would have been perfect for that part, I think James Whitmore was the best choice.
Yeah.
He has such a vulnerability and a likability to him. And especially the scenes on the outside are some of the best acting in the movie.
Yeah.
By Whitmore. And it would not have hit the same, I don't think, if it was either Lemmon or Matthau.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they maybe Lemmon, but I don't think that they have that. You can't see them as so scared, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's so much baggage coming with those actors that Whitmore slipped into this role and felt so organic. And it's almost like he crawled out of the page of the book.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in the book.
No, agreed. Yeah. Whitmore was one of Darabont's favorite character actors, and casting him was a no-brainer. Brooks originally spoke with a lot more profanity, but Whitmore convinced Darabont that with Brooks coming into prison in 1905, he wouldn't speak like that.
That's really smart.
And Darabont agreed and cut all the profanity.
It would have been distracting, too.
Yeah, it would have been. And it just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked with the character. You would have been like, why is he swearing so much?
Yeah, I mean, he's a sweet old guy who loves a crow.
Yeah. He literally, you look at him and you're like, what did you do? Why are you here?
I'm in here for breaking hearts.
Whitmore's final acting appearance was in a 2007 episode of CSI Crime Scene Investigation.
Yeah, he played the corpse. He was already dead. It was
wow.
It was in his will. He's like, I want my corpse to be in a show. My last acting gig.
Whitmore was diagnosed with lung cancer in November 2008. He died from the disease at the age of 87 on February 6, 2009 at his Malibu, California home.
Getting old. You make it to your 80s and then you get cancer. It's just so awful.
Yeah. Mark Ralston was cast as Boggs Diamond, one of the head sister.
Oh, Jesus.
Ralston is a character actor that has appeared in almost 200 projects, most notably Aliens in 1986.
Vasquez, you're so badass.
Lethal Weapon 2 in 1989.
Oh, Riggs, you're so badass.
And RoboCop 2 in 1990.
Oh, RoboCop, you're so badass.
Ralston has done a ton of TV work, meeting Darabont on Tales from the Crypt in 1990.
Nice.
Another Tales from the Crypt alum.
Oh, Crypt Keeper, you're so badass.
Ralston is also a prolific voice actor with a lot of video game credits. His first game was Blade Runner in 1997.
Yeah, we have that.
I do, yeah. He also voiced characters in Turok, Dragon Age Origins, Halo 4, Aliens, Colonial Marines, Injustice: Gods Among Us, Batman: Arkham Origins, Batman: Arkham Knight, Battlefield Hardline, Fallout 4, and The Division 2.
Nice. I played most of those games.
Yeah, he was reprising his character in the Aliens games.
Of course.
Yeah. He also voiced Norman Osborn in all the Insomniac Spider-Man games.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Neither did I. That is amazing.
No idea. This makes me want to play those games again.
Same.
He most recently can be seen in an episode of Law & Order Special Victims Unit and has 7 projects coming up.
I just saw, because it was last season, I saw his performance. He played a guy that was accused of a sexual crime.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good. He's still so good. The thing is he's too goddamn good.
Yeah.
He was way too goddamn good in Shawshank Redemption. That portrayal.
So frightening.
So frightening because it seems so real.
Yeah.
The eyes,
Just
everything.
When he first approaches him in the shower,
Jesus.
and Andy walks away, and he's just like, oh yeah, hard to get. And he's like just rubbing himself with the soap, and the look on his face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
And the scenes of the sisters taking Andy are so brutal because they seem so real.
Yeah.
Because most prison rape scenes are very stylized, and it's just there for shock value, or it's there for whatever reason. But in this, you so don't want this to happen, right?
Yeah, it's so disturbing.
And the line, I wish I could say that Andy, that he got away, but he didn't. And it wasn't like a one-time thing.
No,
it was an ongoing
all
thing.
the time.
And sometimes he fought him off, and sometimes he didn't. But the performance by Mark Ralston,
yeah.
is just, it's too good. And I think a lot of reason why he didn't get a ton of like physical work was because he was too damn good in this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to watch him without thinking about.
Yeah, he's so creepy.
Good.
It's hard not to see him as one of the head sister.
That is
like, it is so creepy.
It's the double-edged sword of a part like that, because if you're as good as he is, and he is brilliant, it's hard to discern,
And another line about them, he's like, well, would it help if I tell them I'm not homosexual? And well, they're not either.
He's like, they're not homosexual. You have to be human to be that.
To be that.
Yeah.
It's just like, Jesus.
And that's in like 1940s.
Yeah. It's like, God, man. They just want, but that's the brilliance of this script and this movie, is that it was a power thing.
Power.
They're insecure men that the way they feel better about themselves is to force themselves on somebody.
Yeah. And they probably are gay, because it's like, I don't know. I've never been in prison, and I don't know, like, quote unquote, prison gay. But
my guess is that if they weren't in prison, they'd be doing that to women out here.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably how they got to prison.
Yeah. Jeffrey DeMunn was cast as the prosecuting attorney in Dufresne's trial.
Oh, Chikatilo.
Along with Brian Libby, who played Floyd, who was one of the friends.
Yeah.
Who was also really great. Had a bunch of one-liners.
He's the one that looks like an old prisoner.
Yeah.
I think he's my favorite. Brian Libby.
Brian Libby, and then William Sadler, who appeared. Brian Libby and William Sadler and Jeffrey DeMunn all appeared in Darabont's The Green Mile and The Mist.
Yeah.
All three of them worked in his Stephen King trilogy.
Yes, but Brian Libby, man, so quietly amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
Because he's in it, man. He doesn't have a ton of lines. All of his lines are memorable, but if you're watching him in the background, he is there, man. He is present.
Yeah.
And he has a look about him that is so distinct and very cool, like a cowboy. Or, he just has this mannish thing about him.
Yeah.
That he just seems like a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not like an asshole or whatever, but...
No, but he's just very, very masculine.
But that kind of quiet, confident masculinity that is like true, real masculinity rather than the faux shit that we see all the time today.
Jeffrey DeMunn first worked with Darabont on The Blob in 1988 and also appeared in The Majestic in 2001.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was a movie.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
He also appeared in Christmas Evil in 1980.
Listen to our Christmas Evil show. And he's very young.
He is so young.
He's got long hair, but he's still bald.
He will next be seen in Carousel, starring Chris Pine and Jenny Slate, also a romantic comedy.
All right, I like them.
Gen X Files favorite David Proval also makes an appearance as Snooze.
Oh, yeah. Listen to our Vice Versa to hear more about Mr. Proval.
I talk about Proval more, but he's not. I think he has 2 lines in the whole movie. And at first I was like, that's not him. Because he looks so different in Vice Versa. It's so weird.
Well, he's one of the gang. He's one of the pals. And, he doesn't have a lot of lines. But, again, he's in it, man. That's the thing about this friend group is it's survival, right? It starts out as survival because you got to have a group of people in prison. You can't do it on your own.
Yeah, you got to have a support group. Yeah.
But they could have been sitting around the coffee shop. Yeah, you know what I mean? They could have been at the barber shop,
hanging out at the bar.
Yeah. It's that. But unfortunately, they're in prison.
Yeah, but they're just in a weird place.
But it's that friend group. It's that humanity that makes this one of the things that makes this movie so believable is. And you don't see that in a lot of these prison movies. The prison movies is usually like guy comes in, fish, gonna get the fish. Then there's some, older guy that takes him under his wing. Yeah. But not in the Morgan Freeman way.
Right.
It's just more like this is how you do in prison. Bap, bap, bap. And it's just this by the numbers bullshit.
Yeah.
Nobody has the humanity. We don't get to see people be human beings in there. They're either some sort of stereotype of caricature.
Yeah.
And in this movie, everybody is so fleshed out. Everybody is so human and real that you really feel like you're living in prison with these guys.
Yeah. It's probably what I imagine is the most honest prison experience movie that you can have.
Yeah. And it also makes so much more sense that Brooks is like, I don't want to leave, man. You're all my friends. I don't know anything but this is all I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave you guys. I don't want to go out there on my own into this scary, crazy world that I haven't been a part of in 50 years.
Right.
And so, it makes sense that he's just like either wants to get back to prison or die.
Yeah.
And he picked death.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's what he knew. There was a couple other people you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Paul McCrane was in it.
He was redhead. One of the guards, right?
One of the guards, one of the nicer guards.
Yeah, it seemed like it. He has a nice face.
You will know him from ER. He played Dr. Romano.
Oh, Romano!
Who got his arm
cut off. And then a helicopter fell on him?
Helicopter. Not a fan of helicopters, Dr.
Helicopters
Romano.
Hated him. He also was in RoboCop. He was the
mushy man.
Melty McMusherson.
Yeah, he's the guy that just explodes into mist when he's hit by the car.
God, it's so gross.
So great.
It's so great.
Such diametrically opposed parts, too.
Yeah, very much so.
He's always been a great character actor.
He's really great.
He still works today. I saw an interview with him because I was doing a rewatch of ER, and I saw an interview with him, and he's just so funny and down to earth, and it just seems like a good dude.
I used to run into him on the Warner Brothers a lot.
Oh, nice.
I was working there. Yeah, because he directed a lot of ER.
Yes.
He started directing quite a bit.
He's also a director.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
And very talented. Also, we mentioned David Proval, but Don McManus is another guy. He's the guard that was like, I'm going to go pinch off a loaf.
Pinch a loaf.
Get this stuff out of here.
Who says that?
I'm going to pinch a loaf. I haven't heard that.
It sounds like such a Stephen King line.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to go pinch a loaf.
Yeah. But he has been in a ton of stuff, especially in the 80s and 90s.
He's still working. You see him pop up once in a while.
Yeah, he was in something big recently. Does a lot of TV work, plays a lot of teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
But he was like one of the nice, likable guards, and then Andy screws him over by locking him in the toilet.
Yeah, poor guy. He knew he was screwed.
He's just like,
Andy,
let me
you're
out.
killing me here, man.
Come on, Andy.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other guys, Larry Brandenburg and Neil Gunatoli, who was one of the other group.
One of the other crew.
The little kind of.
Yeah, they do with the nice hair.
Yeah. He looks like he mushed him down a little bit. But these
Very
guys,
Italian dude.
Yeah. But great character actors who just added to the whole atmosphere and everything. All the extras, everything fit so perfectly. There was no pretty boy Hollywood guy back there.
Yeah.
Another one of these movies, like The Thing or something, where everybody is about 40 years old. Or older, you know?
Because it fit. I mean, it made sense.
No, 100%. But it's very rare that you get to see a movie that's just populated by mostly old dudes.
Well, they had to set it in the 40s for that to work.
Yeah, I'm banking on a movie coming out that needs some old dudes. And I'll get cased.
So filming took place between June and August of 1993 at the closed Ohio State Reformatory.
Such an amazingly perfect location, too.
Yeah.
I mean, old prisons. I think we talked about this yesterday, but they just look like castles with the...
It's like the Gothic architecture
and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of the, what do you call those?
Spires?
All the spires and the different, towers and stuff. It looks like you're driving into some old Scottish castle.
Yeah. They spent 5 months looking for the right prison for filming, and part of the reason they chose the Ohio State Reformatory was because of the Gothic look and the fact that it could have been in Maine.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like that same architecture.
Totally.
A lot of the extras were pulled from former inmates' guards, and they even had the former warden he was in the line with them on the bus when Andy gets pulled out. The former warden was one of the prisoners.
No way! Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome.
Everyone had everyone had a rough time during the production. It was not the easiest production. Darabont had the most issues with Deakins, the cinematographer, as they viewed the film very differently.
Well, I get it. Deakins is an Academy Award-winning professional who shot some of the greatest films ever, and Darabont's a new guy.
Right. Deakins wanted scenic shots. Darabont didn't want to show anything outside of the prison to give a sense of claustrophobia.
Makes sense.
And there was only one establishing shot that's not from like them coming in,
right?
Where I was like, no, okay, like Deakins like convinced him to let him do that shot. It was like nighttime and the prison's there, but otherwise it's all just inside.
Yeah,
and it made sense. Darabont. I mean, that's part of that feeling of
you're
like
in prison.
You're in with them.
Yeah.
In fact, Deakins, it's so funny because and part of the problem was that Darabont just shot a lot, but that whole sequence, like that was the famous poster with the rain and him doing it. Deakins hated that shot.
Yeah.
He didn't light it the way he wanted, but he was like, I ran out of time. And I shot what I could, and he was like, I didn't light it properly. He hated it. And of course, everyone thinks it's the greatest shot ever.
Well, he's right. The lighting makes no sense.
They just didn't have time to do it. He was like, he's essentially had like 30 minutes to set up lights, and then he was like, all right.
Well, I get it. He's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And look, again, this is a guy's first movie, and it's a lot of moving parts. Even though it's one location, you've got hundreds of extras.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, tons of shit, man. And the pressure of you love this story, you want to make it good. The pressure of having so many great actors waiting for you to tell them what to do, and
I think all of them really they had patience for it because the script was so good.
Yes,
like they all believed in Darabont because the script was just so good.
Yeah.
Every day was extremely long on set, with Darabont saying,
"At least we aren't shitting on Sundays."
Okay. Thanks, Frank. They shot
You're not helping.
Yeah. They shot a lot of scenes that were either cut or cut way down, like the warden and guards retracing all of Andy's steps to his escape in excruciating detail.
Don't need that.
They spent like a day just essentially doing what we saw already.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. I mean, we saw him escape.
Yeah, we saw that they found the hole.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you need.
The best shot is them holding up the shirt and the one
the shot
for the paper.
By the way, this is something I was thinking of earlier. That tunnel that he dug, granted, it took him, 15 years, 14, 10 years, whatever. Can you imagine being at the very end of that tunnel where you're like, where the hell is this finally going to come out? And you know that there's guards walking around outside, and it's like, I got to scooch my way back. Like, it would be nerve-wracking.
Well, also, every time you get your cell tossed, it's like, are they going to look at the are they going to look at the poster?
Yeah. Oh, so much. And that was the great shot when he came in, when the warden came in and essentially propositioned doing, being his accountant.
Yeah.
And you see Andy just staring at the poster.
Yeah.
Just don't turn around.
Yeah.
Don't look at it. And then he mentions it, and he's like, plus he's holding the Bible
right.
that has the thing, has the rock hammer in it. It's like, it's so great.
This is 100% a movie you need to watch more than once, because seeing it, if you didn't know that this was a prison escape movie, and you didn't... seeing all the clues and everything, it's all there.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it's really fun to watch it again, and especially Robin's performance, man.
Yeah, it's so understated.
Unbelievable.
The Darabont wanted a more ambiguous ending, but Liz Glotzer told him they budgeted a reunion between Andy and Red on the beach and to just shoot it. Darabont shot the entire ending to appease Castle Rock, but ended cutting it down to the distance shot.
Yeah.
He later admitted that Liz and Castle Rock were right when it tested very well with audiences.
Look, this is different, man. This isn't the kind of movie that needs an ambiguous ending. This is a movie about friendship and two pals. And we deserve to see Red reunited with his friend.
I would feel very cheated if we didn't. Because he originally wanted it with him after he finds the box and he gets on the bus and then it's the voiceover. It ended with
my friend.
Yeah, it goes to black.
Yeah.
But they went down to St. Croix and shot the whole thing on the beach because they had the money for it and they did it.
And it's so perfect. It's just one shot. There's no dialogue. It's just two guys smiling.
Yeah, it's just you don't hear them. You just know that they have found each other again, and it's amazing.
I love the sequel, Shawshank 2, More to Do, and it was just them running. It was this wacky comedy about the two of them running a fishing boat. And it was a lot more in lines of like Gilligan's Island than Shawshank Redemption. It didn't do great.
In fact, test screenings went very, very well, with Glotzer saying they were some of the best she'd ever seen.
How could you not?
I mean, yeah.
How could you not like this movie? I just don't. If anybody out there listening did not like this movie, please tell me why. Please
email us at genxfilespodcast@gmail.com.
And we'll read your...
and we will consider it before telling you how stupid you are.
We will. If it's a well thought out argument, we'll read it on the Stepdad Show, and then like Adam said, destroy it.
They opted to not highlight Stephen King's name during promotion to attract a more prestigious audience.
Yeah, this was before Stephen King became such a national treasure. Like he was still
he was still the horror guy,
the schlocky supermarket horror guy.
I mean, most of the movies that he's had made, except for Stand By Me, most of them were schlocky horror.
Yeah.
Misery's not really that either, but you think about like Firestarter and Christine, and they're movies that were shot okay, but not great.
Yeah.
And kind of relied heavily on the horror aspect.
I mean, the best one of the bunch is Maximum Overdrive, of course.
Well, it's because he directed it. I'm sorry, he co-directed it with Cocaine.
I was going to say, no, Cocaine directed that movie.
The movie had a limited theatrical release on September 23rd, 1994. Darabont and Glotzer went to a showing at the Cinerama Dome, but the 900-seat theater was virtually empty.
It was just me. I remember them coming in. They made so much noise.
Glotzer claimed that the pair actually sold 2 tickets outside the theater with the promise that if the buyers did not like the film, they could ask Castle Rock Entertainment for a refund.
All right. Ha-ha.
Yeah. Critics generally loved the movie, but one review from Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times was exceptionally bad.
What?
We found Kenneth Turan, the one guy who hated the movie. He thought the performances were acceptable from Freeman and Robbins, but particularly objected to the violence and rape in the movie.
It's a prison movie.
It was a reflection of why no one was making prison movies anymore.
No, he completely missed the point.
It doesn't matter. Glotzer blamed the review for the lack of the audience. It apparently affected.
Well, it was absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, what an idiot. Look, Kenneth Turan, he's very hit or miss.
Yeah.
But he missed.
I think he just had a bug up his ass about the violence, and so that he was like, well, maybe it was a little too real for him.
I was going to say maybe he had a little prison situation.
Maybe he
with
was
the
sisters. It was pushed to wide release on October 14th and came in at number 9 for the weekend. But then the film was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, and the movie was re-released between February and March of 1995, finally earning a total worldwide box office of just over $73.3 million.
Would never do anything like that today.
No.
Ever. But it's amazing that I think that the studio, the people making it were like, this is a good movie. Let's not let it go. Let's not abandon it. It's a good movie.
Rob Reiner at Castle Rock kept pushing it.
Sure.
He's like, it's a good goddamn movie. Just watch it.
He wanted his money.
Yeah. The 7 nominations were the most for a Stephen King adaptation, but sadly lost all of them.
That's insane.
It was nominated for Best Original Score for Thomas Newman, but lost to Hans Zimmer for The Lion King.
Yeah, all right.
Best Sound, but lost to Speed.
Okay, I'll give Speed that.
Best Editing, but lost to Forrest Gump.
Okay, I mean, sure.
Best Cinematography for Deakins, but lost to Legends of the Fall.
I don't agree because this is such a harder film to light and to make it so seamless. And look, movies like Legends of the Fall, all you got to do is put the camera outside.
Yeah, it's not. It's Oscar bait.
Yes.
I mean, it's total Oscar bait.
100%.
It's just, shoot at the right time with the right setting, and you're fine.
Golden hour.
It also got nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay for Darabont, but lost to Forrest Gump.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either. I think Forrest Gump is a great movie.
Me too.
I think the script was better.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. I told the story. My friend Alex and I used to go to movies. We'd go down to that theater and go to like $3 matinees.
Oh, yeah, the dollar theater.
Get really baked. We'd chug a beer before we go in, and we'd go to a movie and sight unseen, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And Forrest Gump we knew nothing about.
Oh,
and, both of us were so blown away by that movie. It was one of the best surprises ever.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Amazing.
It was also nominated for Best Actor from Morgan Freeman, but lost to Tom Hanks for Forrest Gump.
That's a tough one. I really think that ultimately Freeman's performance was better because it was real.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks was a perforance.
Yeah.
And it relied on the character, and he stole the voice from the little boy who played him.
It really wasn't acting. He was Forrest Gump. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, and he was great, but it's weird.
This is why award shows are stupid, because acting is all subjective, and my favorite performance could be your least favorite performance, and so on.
Both opinions are valid.
Exactly. I made the tired argument over and over again. It's like choosing what's the best color. And I say purple.
Blue.
You said red before.
I know. It was also nominated for Best Picture, but of course lost to Forrest Gump.
Tough year.
Yeah. I didn't even know what else is nominated that year, but it was a tough year.
Yeah.
Despite the disappointing box office and the lack of Oscar wins, Warner Home Video shipped 320,000 rental videos to stores in 1995.
There was somebody in that department that had foresight.
Yeah. It would be the most rented video of the year. Ted Turner acquired Castle Rock in 1993, which allowed him to air Shawshank on TNT, the network. In June of 1997, it started airing fairly frequently, setting record-breaking numbers for the network.
Yeah, they should have called it TNT featuring Shawshank Redemption.
It was, I literally feel like it aired every day.
Well, that's how
crazy.
That's the thing, man. It was always on. And so you could just, back when you were channel flipping.
Yeah.
And this is why I've seen this movie 1,000 times, because it's one of those movies that regardless of where it is, you're going to watch the rest of it. You're going to be like, I'll put it on the background, and then the background becomes the foreground, and you're just watching the movie.
I will never forget. I was sitting watching. I flipped over, and I see a car door open and the bottle smash, and I was like, "Ooh, we're only a few minutes in." And then I ended up watching the whole movie.
You can't help it.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Yeah. The film is now the highest-rated movie on IMDb, as well as the first movie to ever reach 1 million ratings.
God damn, people love this movie.
They do. The filming site was supposed to be torn down, the prison, but has since been turned into a museum.
It's a big-ass museum.
They do like a Shawshank thing every year.
Like an experience?
Yeah, well, like people come in and like do cosplay and shit as like the characters.
Nice. I'm going to go in as the sisters.
Every single one of the actors of the film has said that they've been stopped by fans who told them that the movie changed their life in some way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very positive. Obviously, people love this movie.
Well, it is a perfect movie.
It is such a bastion of hope.
Yeah.
And in the worst possible circumstances, still being able to say, no, things can get better.
Well, it's believing in yourself, man. And knowing that you're innocent, and knowing that justice will finally in some way be served.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Tim Robbins never gives up hope. And when you think that he has, and that's the brilliance of this movie, when you think that he's going to kill himself and you think that hope is gone, it's the absolute opposite. The hope is won.
Yeah.
And he's about to become free.
It was just the final push he needed to be like, all right, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
And he didn't know how to say goodbye to his buddy.
No.
So that's how he did it.
Well, he didn't want to say goodbye. He wanted to say see you later.
Exactly. And he
And
did.
he did.
Yeah.
And they went to Zihuatanejo.
Zihuatanejo.
I do want to talk more about Darabont, but I'll save it for the Stepdad show.
Okay.
I do want to talk about him more, and it's because he had a weird career.
Yeah.
But it's not really relevant to Shawshank Redemption. So we'll talk about it more on the Stepdad show.
He's directed some of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. This and The Mist and The Green Mile are all brilliant movies. And, The Green Mile, that's a difficult one to do. I remember that serial and every week.
I was working at Kmart when it came out, and I was so excited to pick up the new one every week.
That's just the brilliance of Stephen King. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do a serial like the old days.
Why not?
Because look, that's, people forget that Charles Dickens, all of his books were serials.
They were in newspapers.
They weren't novels until they were all, collected together.
Usually not collected for quite a while after they finished.
Yeah, exactly. And that, Stephen King was like, hey, let's go back.
Let's do it.
Let's go back in
well,
time.
His all his first short stories and stuff, like he made his money by getting short stories put into like nudie mags,
porno
and
mags,
stuff. Yeah, like it was stuff that kept him going, and it's like
Screw magazine. That's like the word. No, seriously, like the worst.
Yeah, but they paid him money, and he was able to make it a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway. This movie is amazing, absolutely amazing. For whatever stupid reason, it is not available on any streaming.
That is criminal to me.
But this should be number one in your collection.
Yes.
It is so good. It is so good. The 4K, the Blu-ray, DVD. We watched the DVD and it looked amazing.
Amazing.
You can get DVDs for super cheap.
Yeah.
It looked great.
You get it for under $5.
Yeah.
If you're thrifting and you see it, pick it up. It really, truly is a perfect film. And watching it again after giving it some distance, because I just oversaturated myself with it, it doesn't lose a step. It just made it even better. I enjoyed this movie so much. I think a really great double feature, strangely enough, would be this and Unforgiven.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they kind of strangely work together in some weird way.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with our Stepdad show. Talk some more about Stephen King and all the fun stuff we've done this month.
Yeah, we just found out that Welcome to Derry got renewed for a second season.
Yes, Welcome to Derry got renewed for a second season.
Which I thought it already had.
I thought it had too, but it kind of makes me sad that they just renewed it because I feel like should have been writing for the last 6 months, but they haven't. So it's not going to be out for another 2 years.
Like 6 years.
6 years.
We got to stop this bullshit.
You know what? It gives me an excuse to rewatch the first season again.
Definitely.
It's so good. That one took me a while to get into, but man, it was worth it.
Definitely. Sometimes it makes me sad, though, Andy being gone. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice. Well, this is We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Knight Rider, already in progress.